Your time is a currency. Spend it where it grows. You're not running out of time, you're spending it. The question is, are you investing it in growth or giving it away to what keeps you average? Watch this to the end. If you're ready to take control of the one currency you can never earn back. Time is the most valuable, non-renewable asset you have. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose friends and meet new ones. You can even lose opportunities and eventually find new doors. But time, once it's gone forever. Every second that passes is a piece of your life that you'll never get back. And yet it's the one thing people treat with the least value. We waste it like it's endless. We give it to people who don't deserve it. We spend it on things that don't build us. And we trade it for comfort, distraction, and approval. But the truth is, the way you spend your time reveals what you truly believe about your future. If you believe your time has value, you'll guard it. You'll be intentional. You won't let it be stolen, drained, or misused. People who understand the value of time treat it like a currency, because that's exactly what it is. You're spending time every day investing it into something. The only question is, what kind of return are you getting? If you spend time in front of the TV for hours every day, you're buying entertainment and maybe comfort, but you're losing progress. If you spend hours with people who gossip, complain, and pull you down, you're buying approval and temporary companionship, but you're losing energy and growth. If you give your best hours to things that have nothing to do with your purpose, you're spending your life on things that won't matter 5 years from now. Successful people aren't more talented than you, they just spend their time differently. They understand that each minute is like $1, meant to be used wisely, saved for the right moment, or invested in something that will grow. They use time to build skills, deepen relationships, feed their spirit, and pursue goals. They don't just let the day happen, they design it. They plan where their time goes because they know if they don't, someone else will. You need more time in the day to bring no return. Every time you say yes to your decisions, every day you know you need I shall, and you don't get back. This isn't about being busy, it's about being purposeful. Time is life. When you give someone your time, you're giving them a piece of your life. Make sure they deserve it. Make sure the goal is worth it. Make sure the environment grows it. Because once it's spent, it's gone forever. Spend it where it grows. People don't waste time, they spend it. Every second of your life is going somewhere. Whether you realize it or not, you're always making a transaction. The only question is whether that transaction is producing something meaningful or simply costing you your future. Time is not sitting idly by, waiting for you to get serious. It's moving forward with or without your permission. That means every choice you make is an act of spending valor. Whether it's scrolling through social media, having a deep conversation, building a skill, or sitting in silence. You're not losing time, you're using it. The danger comes when people think time is just passing by like it has no consequence. That's how most of us drift through life, waking up, going through the motions, and ending the day wondering where the hours went. But if we looked at time like money, if we could see the price tag attached to every distraction, every toxic relationship, every unproductive habit, we'd start living differently. We'd realize that some of the things we spend time on are extremely expensive, and they give us nothing in return. Every hour you spend is a seed. The moment you release it, it begins to grow, either into regret or into reward. That's why it's not about how much time you have, but how you choose to spend it. Are you spending time on activities that develop your character, your knowledge, your health, your vision? Or are you spending it on things that give you temporary comfort but long-term emptiness? You can't say you want to grow while continuously investing your time in things that keep you stuck. The truth is, time is neutral. It doesn't care what you do with it. You can spend the next 3 years binge-watching shows, or you can spend them writing a book, starting a business, learning a new skill, or healing from emotional wounds. Time will treat both decisions equally, but the results will be drastically different. One choice makes you a consumer. The other makes you a creator. One leads to regret, the other to reward. There's no such thing as a neutral moment. Every conversation you engage in, every place you go, every thought you entertain, it all has a cost. You're spending time in exchange for something, and if you're not intentional, you'll spend it on things that steal your energy, your confidence, and your future. Most people don't even realize they're spending their life until they look back and realize how much of it they gave away for free. Every environment either multiplies or depreciates your time. Where you are and who you're around matters more than you think. You could be full of potential, discipline, and ambition, but if you keep placing yourself in the wrong environment, your time will keep producing little to no results. Environments are either incubators or drainers. They either grow your investment of time or they waste it, no matter how much effort you put in. This is why some people feel like they're constantly busy, but never making progress. It's not that they're not trying hard enough. They're just planted in soil that can't support their growth. Imagine planting a seed in toxic soil. It doesn't matter how valuable the seed is or how much sunlight and water it gets. If the environment is wrong, it won't grow. The same applies to your life. You are constantly sowing your time like a seed into relationships, conversations, workplaces, habits, and even thought patterns. But the growth you see isn't determined solely by the effort you give. It's shaped by the environment you're in. A negative, distracted, or limiting environment will stunt your progress, no matter how motivated you are. If you spend your time in places that encourage mediocrity, you will slowly normalize it. If you're surrounded by people who don't value time, you'll start treating yours the same way. If the culture you live in constantly promotes instant gratification and shortcuts, you'll begin trading long-term purpose for short-term pleasure. But the opposite is also true. Get into an environment that challenges you, stretches your thinking, and holds you accountable, and suddenly the same 24 hours will produce 10 times the growth. This is why you must audit your surroundings. Not just the physical space, but the energy, conversations, and values that fill that space. Do they align with where you're trying to go, or are they silently pulling you back? Time spent in the right environment multiplies because it inspires momentum, reinforces your values, and adds clarity to your direction. You'll start to notice that your thoughts become sharper, your decisions more intentional, and your actions more aligned. And it's not always about making drastic changes overnight. Sometimes it's about making small shifts, spending more time reading instead of scrolling, choosing a conversation with a mentor over another round of gossip, using your commute to listen to something educational instead of wasting it in silence. These choices begin to build a new environment around your time, one that respects it and helps it grow. Your time is too precious to be buried in environments that keep you small. If where you are isn't growing, what you're investing, it's costing you more than you can afford. Be bold enough to change the soil. Surround yourself with excellence, vision, and discipline. When the environment is right, even the smallest time investment can yield massive results. The direction of your life is determined by your time habits. You don't just drift into purpose, success, or fulfillment. You arrive there intentionally by consistently directing your time toward the future you want to create. The habits you build around your time are either constructing your destiny or quietly destroying it. Every life you admire was shaped by a series of daily choices, and every regret you hear about was also the result of time that wasn't used wisely. Your time habits are the steering wheel of your life. Where you point them, you will go. What you repeatedly do with your time becomes your routine, and your routine becomes your life. If you constantly give your mornings away to aimless scrolling, late starts, or stress, you're building a foundation of disorganization and distraction. If you consistently invest your evenings into procrastination, entertainment, or noise, you're reinforcing a lifestyle that keeps you reactive instead of proactive. On the other hand, when you choose to start your day with clarity, intention, and quiet focus, when you use your spare moments to learn, reflect, or build, those time habits begin shaping a future that looks completely different from the average life. It's not the big decisions that shape your life the most. It's the small, daily decisions that most people ignore. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It adds up. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're developing habits right now. The question is, are they taking you somewhere on purpose or just helping you pass time? Because passing time might feel harmless in the moment, but over the months and years, it can create a massive gap between where you are and where you were supposed to be. People often say they don't have enough time, but the truth is they just haven't trained their time habits to serve their vision. We all have the same 24 hours. What makes the difference is not more hours, it's more focus, more discipline, more awareness of how those hours are being used. A person who respects their time habits is a person who respects their future. And when you take ownership of your time, you begin to take control of your life. Every habit you have is either a seed or a weed. It's either feeding your progress or draining your potential. And most of the time, you won't feel the consequences right away. That's what makes time so deceptive. You can waste it quietly without feeling the damage until it's too late. That's why building time habits with intention is so crucial. You can't afford to live on autopilot. Start paying attention to your patterns. Look at how you spend your mornings, your afternoons, your weekends. Look at where your focus goes when you're tired, when you're bored, when you're anxious. These patterns are shaping your future whether you see it or not. Your habits are the prophecy of your life. And time is the ink you're writing that prophecy with. Choose wisely, because where your time habits lead, your life will follow. One of the most dangerous things you can do is to be generous with your time in the wrong direction. Your time is a gift, a currency, and a limited resource. And not everyone or everything deserves access to it. The world will constantly pull at you, asking for your attention, your energy, and your availability. But just because something or someone demands your time doesn't mean they are worthy of it. You have to protect your time like your future depends on it, because it does. The hard truth is this: not everyone is growing, and not everyone wants to grow. Some people are comfortable staying stagnant. They're not interested in progress or purpose. They're interested in being entertained, being validated, or being rescued. And if you're not careful, your time will be absorbed by people who don't want solutions, who aren't willing to change, and who expect you to carry the emotional weight of their inaction. You become their distraction from accountability, their therapist without boundaries, their motivator while they remain unmotivated. You need to discern who values your time and who only consumes it. Some people love your presence, not because of who you are, but because of what you give. They don't grow when they're around you, they lean. They don't rise, they rely. And the more time you give to them, the more drained you become, while they remain exactly the same. This is the kind of time investment that never multiplies, it only depletes. You have to realize that your time is not just about productivity, it's about alignment. Who and what you give your time to must align with your values, your goals, and your purpose. If it doesn't, then you're spending your life on detours and dead ends. You can't get to a purposeful destination while constantly allowing people to reroute your journey with distractions, drama, or indecision. This doesn't mean you cut people off coldly or live in isolation. It means you learn to set boundaries with wisdom. It means you become intentional with access. Everyone can have your love, but not everyone should have your time. Time should be earned through trust, alignment, and mutual respect. When you give your time to people who grow with you, who challenge you, who sharpen you, you're investing in something that multiplies. But when you give your time to those who repeatedly waste it, you're allowing your purpose to be delayed. And it's not just people, it's activities too. How much time are you spending on things that drain you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? How many hours are lost in mindless scrolling, unhealthy habits, meaningless conversations? You have to stop and ask yourself, what return is this giving me? If your time isn't growing you, feeding you, healing you, or building something meaningful, it's robbing you. You must protect your time like it's sacred, because it is. It's not about being selfish, it's about being responsible. You only get one life, and how you spend your time is how you're spending that life. Every moment you give away is a piece of your story you can't rewrite, so give it carefully. Spend it where it counts. Invest it where it grows. Don't let guilt, pressure, or distraction convince you to spend your time on things or people that keep you small. You were meant to grow, and your time is the seed. Plant it wisely. Time is the only currency you can never earn back. Once it's spent, it's gone forever. You can recover lost money, you can rebuild broken relationships, you can regain your health, but the one thing you can never recover is a wasted moment. That's what makes time more valuable than anything else in your life. The most successful, fulfilled, and impactful people in the world are not those who had more time. They're the ones who understood its value and used it with intentionality. The tragedy is not that life is short. It's that too many people don't realize it until they've already given too much of it away. You are not promised unlimited time. Every day is a countdown, whether you choose to face it or not. But this isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to awaken you. Because when you truly grasp that your time is limited, you begin to live differently. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop procrastinating on the dreams that keep tugging at your heart. You stop entertaining things that steal your peace, your focus, and your energy. You stop living casually and start living purposefully. The reason many people don't value their time is because they assume there will always be more of it. So they keep delaying, keep compromising, keep tolerating things that don't serve them. But one day, there won't be more time. And on that day, you won't care about what people thought of you. You won't care about the likes, the followers, or the opinions. You'll care about how you spent your life. Did you pursue your calling? Did you love fully? Did you forgive quickly? Did you create something that outlives you? Or did you let fear, comfort, and distraction eat away your time, one ordinary day at a time. You must live with urgency, not anxiety, not panic, but purpose-driven urgency. That means you start being more selective with what you say yes to. You stop allowing toxic patterns to repeat. You stop entertaining relationships that don't align with your vision. You stop handing over hours of your life to things that will never matter in the end. Urgency doesn't mean rushing. It means recognizing that time is moving and you must move with it wisely. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. Your time is not just minutes and hours. It's the raw material of your destiny. What you do with it determines who you become and what you leave behind. So spend it doing things that matter. Spend it building character, deepening your faith, sharpening your gifts. Spend it pouring into your purpose, encouraging others, and growing into the person you were created to be. Time well spent is never regretted. And when you start seeing your time this way, you stop letting life happen to you. You start taking ownership of it. You start scheduling your growth, prioritizing your healing, planning your impact. You stop chasing distractions and start chasing legacy. Because at the end of your life, the greatest achievement won't be what you owned, but what you did with your time. Did it count? Did it mean something? Did it grow into something greater than you? Every second you have is precious. Every day is a page in your story. Don't write it with regret. Don't fill it with excuses. Make it count. Let your time reflect your purpose. Let your schedule tell the story of your priorities. Let your life be proof that you knew the value of time and you spent it where it grows. Now that you've seen how precious your time really is, the choice is yours. Keep letting it slip away or start investing it where it truly grows. Your future is shaped by the decisions you make today. Don't waste another moment. Make every second count. And remember, your time is your most valuable currency.